Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Men are simple. We don't need much, but the right woman can make us feel like we can take on the world. The feeling I'm talking about? It's respect and appreciation. When a man feels respected, appreciated, and needed, he'll go to the ends of the earth for his woman. Men are simple. We don't need much, but the right woman can make us feel like we can take on the world. The feeling I'm talking about? It's respect and appreciation. When a man feels respected, appreciated, and needed, he'll go to the ends of the earth for his woman. A man doesn't just want love, he wants to feel like a king. When a man feels like a king, he treats his woman like a queen. Too often we focus on love like it's just an emotion. Love is action. It's how you make each other feel every day. Ladies, if you make a man feel respected, if you appreciate what he does, no matter how small, he will give you the best version of himself. He'll work harder, love deeper, and commit stronger. That's the power you hold. Respect is everything to a man. More than love, more than attraction, more than anything else, respect is what makes a man feel whole. A man will walk away from love if he doesn't feel respected. He needs to know his efforts matter. A man's greatest fear is failure, and his greatest desire is to be valued. When a man feels like he's failing in life or in a relationship, he starts to shut down. He doesn't talk as much. He doesn't smile as often. He pulls back. That's because his mind is wired for achievement. If he feels like he's losing, he starts to doubt himself. Now imagine the woman he loves being the one who makes him feel like a failure. When a woman constantly criticizes him, belittles his efforts, or talks to him like he's not capable, he doesn't just get upset. He starts to detach. That's why so many relationships fall apart. But when a woman respects her man, when she speaks to him with encouragement, when she shows him that she believes in him even when he doesn't believe in himself, that's when he comes alive. A man who feels respected will go to war for his woman. He'll do everything in his power to make her happy, because to him, respect means love. It's not about stroking a man's ego. It's not about pretending he's perfect. It's about understanding how he feels valued. Men show love through action, and in return, they want to feel like their efforts mean something. A simple thank you can mean the world to a man. I appreciate you can keep him going even on his hardest days. But the opposite is also true. When a man doesn't feel respected, when he feels like nothing he does is enough, he starts to shut down. He pulls back. He becomes distant. It's not because he doesn't care. It's because he doesn't feel like he's making a difference. And when a man feels like he's failing, he checks out. A man can handle stress. He can handle pressure. But he can't handle disrespect from the woman he loves. That's the one thing that will break him. And when a man feels broken, he stops trying. That's when relationships fall apart. So ladies, if you want a man to love you deeply, give him the feeling of being needed, respected, and appreciated. That's the key to a strong, lasting relationship. When a woman appreciates what a man does, no matter how small, he naturally wants to do more. It's in his DNA. A man thrives on appreciation because it tells him that his efforts are recognized. A simple thank you can motivate him to work harder. I see what you're doing and I appreciate it can push him to go the extra mile. Men are problem solvers. They want to provide, protect, and take care of the people they love. When a man does something, even if it's small, like fixing something around the house, paying for a meal, or planning a date, he's showing love through action. And when his woman notices and acknowledges it, he feels valued. On the other hand, when a man's efforts go unnoticed, he starts to feel like what he does doesn't matter. If a man keeps trying and never hears any appreciation, he'll eventually stop trying. It's not because he's lazy or doesn't care, it's because he feels like his work is meaningless. Imagine a man working hard to provide for his family. He sacrifices his time, energy, and sometimes even his own happiness to make sure his loved ones are taken care of. But when he comes home, instead of being met with appreciation, he's met with complaints. Instead of hearing thank you, he hears, You should have done more. Over time, that man starts to feel defeated. He starts to wonder why he's even trying. Now imagine a different scenario. A man comes home from a long day and his woman simply says, I know you've been working hard. I appreciate everything you do for us. That one sentence can change his entire mindset. Instead of feeling drained, he feels motivated. Instead of feeling like a failure, he feels like a hero. A man will move mountains for a woman who appreciates him. He'll wake up earlier, work harder, and give more because he knows it's making a difference. But when a man feels unappreciated, he stops giving. Not out of spite, but because he doesn't see the point. It's the same in relationships. When a man does something romantic like surprising his woman with a gift or planning a special evening, he's looking for a reaction. He wants to see that what he did made her happy. If she reacts with joy, he'll want to do it again. But if she brushes it off or criticizes the effort, he'll feel discouraged. Men don't need grand gestures in return. They don't need expensive gifts or over-the-top praise. They just need to know that what they do is noticed and valued. A man who feels appreciated will always go the extra mile. But a man who feels taken for granted will eventually stop showing up in the way he used to. Ladies, if you want your man to give you more, appreciate what he's already giving. Speak life into him. Encourage him. Let him know that his efforts matter. Because when a man feels appreciated, there's nothing he won't do for the woman he loves. When a woman believes in her man, he believes in himself even more. That feeling of support turns a good man into a great one. A man can have all the talent in the world, all the skills and all the ambition, but if he doesn't feel supported, he won't reach his full potential. Support is what fuels a man's confidence. It gives him the strength to push through challenges, to take risks, and to strive for more. Men face a lot of pressure. They are expected to provide, to be strong, to have all the answers. Society teaches men that they can't show weakness, that they have to be tough at all times. But deep down, every man has fears, insecurities, and doubts. He may not always talk about them, but they exist. And when the woman he loves stands by his side and tells him, I believe in you, it changes everything. A man who feels supported becomes unstoppable. He starts to see himself through the eyes of the woman who loves him. If she sees greatness in him, he starts to see it too. If she believes he can achieve something, he starts to believe it too. That's why the right woman can elevate a man's life in ways nothing else can. But the opposite is also true. When a man feels unsupported, when he feels like his woman doesn't believe in him, it takes a toll on him. If he's constantly doubted, criticized, or made to feel like he's not good enough, he starts to shrink. He loses confidence. He starts dreaming big. He starts to settle, not because he wants to, but because he feels like he's already lost. Imagine a man with big dreams. Maybe he wants to start a business, go after a new career, or achieve something great. He's already battling self-doubt, already facing challenges. Now imagine his woman telling him, that's too risky, or I don't think you can do it. That kind of negativity plants seeds of doubt in his mind. It makes him question himself even more. But now imagine that same man with a woman who says, I believe in you. I know you can do this. No matter what happens, I've got your back. That kind of support gives him the courage to take the leap. It makes him want to work harder, to prove to himself and to her that he can succeed. It's not about blindly agreeing with everything a man does. It's about showing faith in his ability to figure things out. It's about being his biggest cheerleader when the world is full of critics. A man who feels supported by his woman will take on challenges he never thought he could handle. He will push himself beyond his limits because he knows he has someone who believes in him even when he doubts himself. Men don't always express their emotions in the same way women do, but they feel deeply. They remember the words spoken to them. They carry the encouragement or the discouragement they receive. A man who is constantly told he's not good enough, that he's not doing enough, that he's failing, will start to believe it. But a man who is told he's capable, strong, and worthy will rise to meet that expectation. A woman's support is powerful. It can shape a man's future. It can turn his struggles into victories. It can be the reason he keeps going when he wants to give up. When a man feels supported,